Hello, I'm Erica Nicole, and you're watching Rooted and Rich. And today I want to talk to you about something amazing about becoming a millionaire. You guys, I know in this economy, you're probably like, what are you talking about? Becoming a millionaire, gas is over $10 in some areas, over $5 in the Midwest, or close to $5 in the Midwest. And you're talking about becoming a millionaire. But you guys, I'm so excited to share some news with you all, to talk to you all about something that has been on my mind this week. So I'll take you back with me. So earlier this week, I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers, Ramith, and he was having a coaching conversation for couples with this couple that was in their 30s, and they had over $1.5 million in net worth and investments, mainly in stocks and retirement. And so they were millionaires. They were on track to have over $18 million or between 12 to $18 million when they retired. And that's with them having to do nothing else. And if they continued on the path, it would be even more than that. And so it got me to thinking, like, what would it take for me to be a millionaire? And so Chat GPT is my friend. And so I put into Chat GPT my number. So I put how much I currently had invested in my retirement plan, how much I had in my emergency fund, and how much I had in additional stocks that I own. And so I said, how much money would I have when 30 years from now? And it said I would have $4 million. And that is amazing. I've never seen that kind of money. I don't know that kind of money. I have never even made a salary over $100,000. And so to say that if I continued on what I was doing, with nothing changing, I would have close to $4 million or more. And that's if nothing increased or nothing happened. You guys, when I think back to where I started, where I had a salary of around $43,000, and this was about 14 years ago, and I wasn't sure what to do when it came to retirement investment, stuff like that. I got my first offer. I accepted the offer and they gave me the benefits package, and it was like, hey, we match up to 6%. And I called my mom and I asked her, so what do I do? And so I just signed up for 3, and I put it in a pre-tax account, and I just continued on. And over time, I just gained more and more knowledge. I sought after more and more knowledge, and I increased the amount over time. And so today I want to talk to you about becoming a millionaire, because you all can do it. There is no secret. There's no gatekeeping to becoming a millionaire. Anybody and everybody who wants to become one can. It just takes consistency. And so I remember this scripture when I was thinking about that is, do not despise small beginnings. And this scripture comes from Zechariah 4:10, and it's when the prophet Zechariah is met with the angel of the Lord, and he's talking about building something. And I think this is really important because we always talking about building wealth on this channel, building wealth. You are building wealth, and building sometimes starts very, very small. And so I had 3 things that I wanted you to start doing if you want to get on a journey to becoming a millionaire. First of all, I want you to block out the noise. I want you to block out all the noise. And even some of the stuff that's not really noise is reality, like, gas getting higher, groceries getting higher. I want you to quit thinking about all of the negative things that are going on in the economy. And I want you to double down on you. I want you to lock in on you. It's you and it's you. It's not the economy. It's not the politics. It's not who's in office. It's you, and it's you. You can do this. So lock in on who you are, on you and you. So here are a few things that I want to talk about, or give you tips on in order to do this. The first thing you have to do is open the accounts. Open the high yield savings account. Open the retirement account, because if you do not open these accounts, open the 529 college savings account for your son or your daughter or your children. Open the accounts. The number one thing that people miss out on is they don't even open the accounts. They don't even attempt. They don't attempt. And why don't they attempt? Because it's always another time when I have more money, when I get a better paying job, when I start my business, when, my finances feel better. You guys, there's never going to be a good time to start. You only start, and that's it. There's never a great time to start. And even when it feels like a great time to start, something else is going to come up and it's going to distract you and you're not going to start. So open the account. If you have an employer that has a retirement plan, open the account. Sign up for it today. Do it. Talk to your HR. See what's available. Open the account. The second thing I want you to do is to put small amounts into these accounts and automate it. Automation is the key to financial success. Nobody has the discipline. Nobody has, the wherewithal to continue things. We have to automate. We have to trick our brains, because once we tricked our brains, we will be able to do it. We will be able to do it. So think about this. When you pay taxes, you are probably giving up close to 20% of your income in taxes. And how are you able to survive with 20% of what you give to the government? Because you pay them first and it's automated. Most employers make you set up your W-2 contributions right at the beginning when you get the job. And why do they do that? Why does the government get their money on top and then, on the back end settle up with you? Because they know if they don't do it that way, you will spend it, you won't have it, they will not get their money. And so you have to trick yourself, just like the government has tricked us out of our money. I'm not saying he's tricked us out of our money, but just like the government gets this money, get your money. Set up the account and automate it. Even if you only automate $10, even if you only put in 3% in there. Let me tell you guys, when it comes to retirement, if some of you guys are putting 3% in and you are doing pre-tax, you could possibly break even with what you bring home. And I'll explain why. Because when you contribute to your retirement plan pre-tax, what happens is this: it lowers your taxable income, meaning that let's say you make $50,000 for the year and you say, hey, I want to give 10% to my retirement account. Well, now you're not taxed on that 50%. You're taxed on the $50,000 minus the 10%, that $5,000, and now you're taxed on $45,000 instead of the full $50,000. And what this does is it maybe makes you even out or not even feel it at all. And so open the account. Even if you only can give $10 to your high yield savings account, open the account and automatic give, because creating the habit of doing it, creating consistency is the key. There's no magic pill but time and consistency. So one of the things I'm learning is that for me, you're going to have good years, you're going to have bad years, you're going to have job loss, you're going to have employment. You're going to have these cycles, these highs and these lows without life. And so one of the key things that I've learned is to, one, like I said, open the account. Two, automate money into the accounts, and on those good years, put in more, put in 15%, put in 16%. On those bad years, drop back down to 3%, but don't stop. On those years when you get a bonus, you know what I'm saying? Put that in your savings account. And on those years when you don't get a bonus or nothing's happening or no traction or you feel like you're robbing people to PayPal, put $10 in there. Put your Starbucks in there. Put your Chipotle. Put your kids' Happy Meal into your savings account. Because a lot of times people will tell me like, Erica, I have no money to save. I am just literally going on fumes. But then they will still be able to find a place to get Chipotle, or they will find a place to, buy their favorite drink at Starbucks or do something. They'll spend their last $10 on that. And so put your money in there. I know it's little. I know it doesn't feel like nothing at all, but it will work. Over time, it will work. It will pay off, and you will cycle back up. Even if you're at a low right now, you'll cycle back up. Every opportunity you get, increase it. So every opportunity. So I'll tell you a little bit about me. So when I started my job back this was 14 years ago, I was only making $43,000. That was it. That was all. I was putting 3% in. And then I talked to some coworkers, and my mama told me to put in 3%. They was like, you need to be getting the match. You're leaving free money on the table. So I upped it to 6%, which I got the full match. And then I talked to another mentor, and I said, hey, I'm making a little bit more money. I'm feeling like, I got an emergency fund. I got this stuff saved up. What should I be doing? Shouldn't I be invested? And this was after I had my high yield savings account, and I had, a fully funded emergency fund for what that was at that time. And she was like, well, your next biggest thing is to fund more of your retirement. And I know if any of you guys are like Dave Ramsey fans, or anybody's been in the financial community long enough, they know that your goal is to really hit that 15%. That is the sweet spot, but you can't start there. You can't always start there. You have to start somewhere. And so you start with that. All right. So lastly, I don't want you to quit. You have to, even if you have to pause for a month, even if you have to stop for a few months, Do not quit because consistency pays off. You guys, I want to tell you that I am so surprised, but if I do the thing that I've been doing the last 14 years for another 10 years, I could say I'm a millionaire, and I have no fancy car. I have no fancy home. I don't even own a home, but I can be a millionaire. And that's crazy to me because a lot of people that are millionaires in America, their home is a big piece. And when I say millionaires, their net worth is $1 million. Their home is a big piece of that. They have a $300,000 home or a $250,000 home that's driving their net worth up. I don't have that, and I still can achieve a net worth of $1 million. And so, guys, I wanted to let you know that it is possible. I have nothing fancy in my home. My Mac laptop is probably in my cell phone, or probably the most expensive things besides my furniture in this home. And so, you guys, I'm telling you, you can do it. You can prioritize it. You can make it happen. And so I just want to let you know that it's possible, that, I may not look like $1 million, but I might be one. And so I'll just tell you that because I want you to lock in with me. I want you to feel this in your bones that you can do it. And the number one thing that I hear that throws people off is they are waiting for the perfect time. They are despising small beginnings. I even see this in like weight loss and being healthy. Like, people will say like, oh, I don't have a full hour to spend at the gym. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that. But they will despise a 30-minute walk every single day. They will despise that small beginning of, I'm just going to walk the block twice and then go back home. They'll despise it. And guess what? They'll be no more healthier, no more richer, no more fulfilled than what they were prior to that. You cannot stop. You have to start, and you have to be consistent. And I'm telling you, over time, a walk has done my body right. When I used to walk every day for 30 minutes to an hour every single day, my body was better than it was today. And so you have to start, and you have to be consistent. And so don't despise just small things. Don't despise the $10 that you're putting away. Don't despise that you don't even have $100. Don't despise the small beginnings. Start immediately. Start today. Open the account and put money in it. Quit waiting for the perfect time. Quit waiting for the next thing. The next check you get, you find a way to put the money in places, and you will see the payoff over time. If you like this type of video, if you want more of this content of motivating you to do the right thing with your money, to think about your life in terms of values and, the roots of what you need to have for your money, and then growing yourself richly in your faith, in your money, and in your finances, like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.